Check, check, check. Okay, audio must be better now that I plugged in my mic. Okay. Uh, so I wanted to, again, wish everybody out there a very happy National Day here in China and throughout the world. I have my own thoughts about National Day here in China um, that I want to share with you all before we get into it. uh, National Day in China is kind of like the 4th of July for America. It's kind of like the birth of the nation. And they're celebrating the 71 years since 1949, since the birth of the People's Republic of China. And much like when the 4th of July happened this year, I went to a bar in Zhongshan to celebrate 4th of July with all of my American friends. And showed up, we played American country music, we drank beer, we took photos, we had a great time, and everyone I ran into, not just that night, but throughout the day, wished me a very happy 4th of July. And it was very moving, and I want to do the same thing to my Chinese friends here. This is a day where I think we can all put politics aside and acknowledge China's place in the world and how important a country it is, and how much pride the Chinese people have, not only in their country, but in their ethnicity and the accomplishments of the Chinese people over the last, how many decades? 7 decades since its founding. And even, centuries before that, of course. So I want to put politics aside and really kind of celebrate this wonderful, beautiful country. And the day that I had coming up here to Shaoguan really, really reflects that sentiment. And so many little stories that happened to me today. Uh, I don't know if there are any other foreigners living in this small town. I'm sure there are, but I haven't seen a single foreigner in the last 48 hours. I'm the only one that I've noticed. So I want to talk about that. Yeah, audio is back. Great, good. Uh, Last night I had some meetings and I drove from my house in Zhongshan to Qingyuan, and it was a long drive. It was because of traffic getting through Guangzhou and everything. This is one of the. It's like Thanksgiving, back home in America as far as traffic goes, travel goes. This is the second largest travel holiday in China, and this year it is 8 days because they're combining National Day, or Golden Week they call it, with Mid Autumn Festival, and it's a huge celebration. And today was the pinnacle. Anyways, I got to Qingyuan last night. It was late at night. I stayed in a very cheap hotel, but a very nice hotel for $30. It was a brand new hotel, but it wasn't like they didn't have a swimming pool or anything. It was just a room to sleep for the night. But for $30, I dare you to find a $30 hotel room anywhere else. Anyways, I woke up early and I went to a place called Huang. I'm gonna mispronounce. I'm sorry. Huang, shoot, Huang Chengxia. I can't remember. It's in Qingyuan, and Qingyuan, as you've seen in my channel, has many, many glass bridges, and this is the world's largest cantilever glass bridge, and it's an incredible design, and it's in the north side of the city. And I got there at about 9 a.m. and I'm thinking that because it was National Day, there were going to be a ton of people there, and I was the only one there. I had the whole place to myself, and I took the bus up to the bridge, which is really more of a glass platform. Walked up to the top, which was still quite a hike, to be honest, and they had the Chinese flags flying everywhere and very, very loud nationalistic music, and it got me in the mood. And I stood on that bridge, and I called my father, and I called my father to wish him a happy birthday, because it was his birthday a couple days ago. And I talked to my mom and dad while standing on that bridge, pretty much all alone, trying to talk over the music. An incredible moment and sight. And all the employees there, because I was all alone, were incredibly welcoming to me, as they always are. hello, good. None of them spoke English, and so I had to use my limited Chinese, which is getting better, by the way, to navigate through this area. And then I went for a little walk down the canyon and enjoyed some waterfalls and stuff. If you see my Facebook page, you see a couple pictures I posted just a couple hours ago. And then at about 11:30, 12 o'clock, I decided to come to Shaoguan. I had no plan to come here. And Shaoguan is usually maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours, but it took me 4 hours drive to get here just because the traffic was so bad. I mean, it was really bad. And I stayed off the toll roads. I drove on the countryside. And getting out of Qingyuan was tough. It was really, really rough. But once I got out of Qingyuan and into Yingda and up into the countryside a little bit, following the river, I took this country road, windy road that hugged this river, and it was a beautiful day. It wasn't too hot, it wasn't too cold. The blue skies just rolled down all my windows, and we played some rock and roll music and enjoyed a nice drive through the countryside. It was great. And I got here. I'm staying at the Holiday Inn in downtown Shaoguan. It's a nice hotel. I'm paying about, because it is National Day, the prices of hotels all throughout the country have skyrocketed. And when I say skyrocketed, it's about 500 RMB to stay here. So, what is that, like $70? But it's much more expensive than it normally is. I just got done with dinner. I had a buffet dinner for 128 RMB, which for dinner is a lot of money. But for a hotel buffet, that is very reasonably priced. Usually they're twice that, or nearly twice that. So when you eat a buffet, you stuff your gills, and I surely did tonight. And I am full. I am so full that I am a little bit uncomfortable tonight. And a little bit tired. What do they call it? I learned this term once before. Postambule presambience, I think it was called. Where all the blood rushes to your stomach to help you digest your food, and that's why you feel tired after you eat a lot of food. So yeah, I ate a lot. Now, my plans for the next couple of days, I will be going to about an hour west of here on the Hunan province border, called Nanling National Forest. It's considered one of the most beautiful forests in Guangdong. And the neighboring park, or the neighboring forest, it's actually in Hunan province. I've been wanting to go there and see it for a very, very long time. There's a hotel that has incredible infinity pools that overlook the mountains there. But because it is National Day and the holiday, the prices are well over 2,000 RMB a night. So I won't be staying there this time. So I'm just going to go to the Guangdong side in Nanling. This is one of the most beautiful, like I said, I've never been there. I don't know what to expect. I have very limited research done online. I know how to get there. I'll just be driving about an hour. But once I get there, I'm going to have to figure it out. And I plan on spending the day there, basically. It is one of the more remote national forest parks in the area in southern China. And so I'm hoping that there's very limited infrastructure for tourists there. Most of the people who go there get on a bus here in Shaoguan, not too far from this hotel, and go out there. It's about an hour and a half drive. But I still think Daxiaoshan, which is on the east side of Shaoguan, which I've done a video about once before, and I might go see again on Saturday. I haven't really decided that yet. Because I'm scared of the crowds. The crowds should be a lot. Anyways, I'm looking forward to going to Nanling and checking it out and sharing it with all of you. Okay, let's see who is out there. Again, happy National Day. What do you call it? Forgive me. 国庆节快乐. All right, I got it right. I don't know why, but I've been saying it all day and I forgot. Here's another thing that happened to me today. As I said, I was on the highways. I was surrounded by families driving, going through these little villages where the traffic got a little rough and it was kind of stop and go, and lots of people on their motorbikes going all around me, and everyone, as I said, I had all my windows down. I was playing some, rock and roll music, and everyone that passed by smiled and waved to me and said, "Happy National Day," hello, welcome. I mean, everyone was so friendly in every village I drove through today. It was heartwarming. It really was. And when I got to Shaoguan, I just outside of Shaoguan, I got off the highway, and it's about another 20 minutes into the town. I stopped at a gas station to fill up, and I'm there and I'm filling up, and there's a girl running around handing out little Chinese flags and putting them in all the cars. And she looked at me, and I didn't know if she wanted to give me the flag. I'm like, yeah, come on over, come on over. She came over, she gave me the flag, and said the, 国庆节快乐, right? And she smiled and laughed, and then I drove into Shaoguan, flying the Chinese flag on my car, which is a Chinese car, by the way. And everyone was giving me a thumbs up, smiling. It was just an incredible day. So, like I said, this is a day that, regardless of your politics and whatever you think, we can all acknowledge and celebrate Chinese, the country of China, and another year done, and its place in the world and its accomplishments throughout the world. That's what I hope for all my Chinese brothers and sisters, and that's what I hope for the Middle Kingdom as a whole. Not just today, but for the next week. And I'm going to continue to experience it. I'm going to Nanling tomorrow. I'm very, very certain I'll probably be the only one there, the only foreigner there. And I expect to have the same kind of treatment that I've had over the last couple of days. It truly has warmed my heart. And I'm not. This is not my day. This is all your day. This is all the China's day. So, in celebration tonight, normally I'll drink a beer or I drink some wine or something. I'm drinking this. If you don't know, I'm sure many of you know what this is, but this is a very, very cheap Baijiu, which is the Chinese rice wine, right? Now I've drunk very, very expensive Baijiu. I've had some very, very nasty Baijiu, and I don't always drink it. But tonight, because it is National Day, I am enjoying this. I have a history of this. My very first, serious girlfriend I had in China, God, it was years ago now. In fact, she's married now with a couple kids, to be honest. But anyways, we're still good friends. She introduced me to this. I remember I told her I had never tried Baijiu, and so she threw a party at her house, a dinner party where she cooked, invited some friends over, and her friends bought this kind of Baijiu. We sat around drinking. It was my very first experience with Baijiu. So this is something I like. Now, I have it here, and it's pretty strong. I mean, it's stronger than sake, stronger than soju, and it's pretty rough. So what I do is I actually, and forgive me, I do this to sweeten it up a little bit. I put a little Coca-Cola in there. You're probably not supposed to do that. I don't know if it's sacrilegious or not, but it actually tastes pretty good to do a little Baijiu and Coke. Like a rum and Coke or a whiskey and Coke, Baijiu and Coke. It ain't bad. It's pretty good. It's sweet after dinner, kind of dessert drink, if you will. So I forgot. Cheers to all of you guys. Okay. Let's see who else out there. Again, this is early, so I'm sure many of you are still asleep. Did you see any films in cinemas after reopening? Swung. Yes, I saw Tenet. I talked about that in the previous live stream. I did some video about it, and I have it in my China. My next video is a China randoms video. I started editing it, and I lost the software crashed in the middle of me editing it, and I lost hours of editing work. And